who's more important to take care of than our kids? Kid Central is the nonprofit community-based care organization that provides foster care and adoption services for Marion and 4 surrounding counties.
About 15 years ago, the state decided to privatize child welfare, and actually Florida leads the way right now. And this means that local Ocala, Marion County people are behind the scenes of our child welfare system.
I have no idea how you would even become a foster parent if there wasn't an organization like Kid Central.
We were making phone calls to adoption agencies
to do a
private adoption, which was a lot of money we did not have. So being able to go through Kid Central, it was free to us, which was amazing.
I have an awesome licensing specialist that will answer the phone 24 hours a day. Everybody is so willing to help.
Everyone is amazing and helpful and wants the best for us and the kids.
The financial support is also important. So know that you don't have to actually officially come into the system to receive assistance and to receive care.
I would still be struggling to get guardianship, legal guardianship of my girls, and my girls wouldn't be able to get their dental work done. I got one that has cerebral palsy. She wouldn't be able to get none of her surgeries done.
It was really nice to know that there was a lot of power there to be able to speak for the kids and help them achieve educational goals as well as in the court systems.
And what we found in Florida was a model that really was focused on what's best for the kids, not what's best for the system, not what's best for government, but really what's best for kids and families.
There's tough times, and that's why it's so important to have a community of support behind you.
There have been several times along this journey that I would have been closer to quitting if I didn't have someone to call and say, this is really hard and I need somebody to help me.
They'll go out of their way for you any way they can, and just make sure you have what you need, and yet they help me understand that, we're not alone in all this.
I think there's always a misconception about foster care and what it is and how it works. People really don't understand that these kids just need somebody to believe in them and it can change their life.
When we think about nonprofits that work with kids and families, we think about, the warm side of it. But it's also performance driven.
They put us through foster parent college. So we went through all of that, through all the classes and trainings for that to get our certifications to be foster parents so we could move into the adoption stage.
They taught a lot about how to engage with biological families and how to keep children safe and to advocate for them while they were in your home, both in the court systems and in schools.
We learn from each other. And then Kid Central, the teachers of the class would help answer those questions as well.
These kids just want love. They just want to have a safe place while mom and dad are working towards reunification, because reunification is our #1 goal.
Are they being able to get their visits in? Are they able to get to their doctor visits, to their dentist visits, getting all those key things in to be able to be reunited?
There's so much support even in the community. There's different agencies that Kid Central is partnered with to help foster parents, and the foster parent community is amazing. We're all here for each other.
Most of them or all of them are volunteers, so that's really nice for them to take the time out to advocate for children that can't advocate for themselves.
Kids that have been sexually abused, kids that come in that just have had a hard life, how to deal with that when you've had a good life.
Some of our foster families had COVID, and we had to figure out how to help those families make it through that with children in their home that were theirs and that were also foster families. And I think one of the things we learned is how amazing our staff is and how amazing our families and how resilient we can be when faced with something that we haven't been faced with before.
The staff at Kid Central have been amazing. It has done nothing but improve in the 2.5 years that we have been foster parents. I love our placement staff. I love our licensing staff.
They help you stay on top of doctor's appointments and, dentist appointments and making sure everything gets done in when it needs to be done. So
their desire is to empower people to be those healthy relationships for kids, to teach people how to advocate for these kids.
Those foster parents that take teens, the foster parents that take babies, really those stories that you get to hear that inspire you to become a foster parent.
How do we, again, best focus on the kids? How do we move kids really efficiently if they're not going to be able to be reunited with their birth families? How do we move them into permanent homes through adoption? and how do we keep families from ever coming into it would be the goals.
Simple ways to help is if you know a foster family, bring them food. I can almost guarantee they need food.
Business organizations can help with school supplies, they can help with diapers, socks and underwear. Some of these kids come in with nothing. So it's really important that the community rallies together to support Kids Central.
That's really where our fundraising and our donations come into play, really helping make sure these kids have a chance to really be kids.
Our website is filled with everything you could possibly want to know about child welfare, and so anything that you have questions about can be found there. Really, if you want to become a foster parent or you're interested in that path, you can email openyourheart@kidscentralinc.org.
There are so many kids that need somebody to advocate for them, to just step in and be that healthy relationship.
We've seen where foster care hasn't worked very well and where adoption really was difficult and cumbersome.
We need some people to step out of their comfort zone and just say yes. Worst case scenario, it's not for you, but you know what? You never know until you try.
We need more people to step in and say, hey, I can be a healthy relationship for that kid during this time. It's not always easy, but it's so worth it.